For Mauchline Holy Fair 2025, we're going to close off High Street, about 200 yards up to Armour Vets, and we're going to have that all crowd control barriered off from pedestrian crossing to pedestrian crossing. And then here at this side of the road, we're also going to have crowd control barriers going right round to Aroma Coffee, again from pedestrian crossing to pedestrian crossing for health and safety reasons. I'm now walking down Castle Street in Mauchline. This is a great area of the Mauchline Holy Fair. On the left hand side here we have Nance Tinnock's house, traditional part of the Burns Trail in Mauchline. On the right hand side here we have what is now the library and the museum, but in its day Robert Burns and Jane Armour rented a room in the top right hand side there, and they lived in there for, I think it was about a year altogether. But this is a Burns house, and you can see some history there, and it was donated to the council by Mr. Charles Rennie Cowie, who actually saved it from being demolished, which was a great thing. Looking in front of Mauchline Church Hall here, we have a stage here on the day, which is dedicated to the Burns Batchelors. And now they're a group of performers that perform traditional Burns music, song and poetry, and it's an absolutely amazing attraction to the fair. The real Burnsians from worldwide come here, Australia, Canada, you name it, they're here on the day. It's a fantastic opportunity to hear professional people doing Burns presentations. On the left hand side we have the entry to the graveyard. We'll meet that a little bit later, but looking down this way we have the Church Hall car park, double sided down here with market stalls of every conceivable craft you can think of. It's an absolutely fantastic place to come in and just have a nosy and pick up the odd bargain. At the very end, the white building, that's the gable end of Gavin Hamilton's house. And Gavin Hamilton, as if you've read up on Burns, was a great mate of Robert Burns and confidant and advisor, and the two of them had a long history together. And then just on the right hand side there you'll see Mauchline Castle. Okay, we're heading up through Mauchline Graveyard at the moment. There's everybody connected with Burns is buried in here. Very historical part of the town. We use this area fantastically well during the Holy Fair. We have owl magic and various other kiddies activities going in here. Now people might think, why do you in a graveyard? But a graveyard's a fantastically popular place. This footpath is the main one of the main walkways through the Holy Fair. The people tend to walk round in a circle, and this is very much part of that, a very, very busy area. We're looking here at the grave of the Jean Armour family. That's Robert Armour, Jean Armour's father. And then in this particular grave site, we've got the graves of 4 of Burns's 9 children actually here in Mauchline, which is, yes, it's very sad, but you know, I think he only had like 2 surviving kids that went into adulthood. So walking further down, we've got Mauchline Church. Now in Mauchline Church, very important part of the Holy Fair, we have a stage and a group of performers in there that are very, very, very traditional. We have you know, good traditional Scottish music, accordion band, ukulele bands, and a number of choirs singing, you know, a variety of either Scottish or classical music. It's an absolutely wonderful day out, just to sit and enjoy it. Absolutely great. Now walking along the Cowgate, on the right hand side here we have what was the family home of Jean Armour and her family. Unfortunately it was knocked down, and we've now only got a blue pack to match that. And heading along this way, outside Mauchline Kilmarnock Supporters Club, we have a small fun fair that goes on in this area, and it might not look much at the moment, but these guys can work wonders with us, and it's amazing what they fit in. And for the young people and some of the older ones that are more adventurous, it's a very, very popular area on the day of the fair. Again, we have burger vans and refreshment areas around, so it's a really popular area. New for 2025, we're putting an additional stage in this little corner. It's a corner we've used before. A couple of years ago we had Uncle Billy in here, but the space can be better used in my opinion, so I've got a little small trailer stage coming in, and we're calling it Burns Howff, and there's going to be a group of performers in here who are probably new, again very traditional country and traditional Scottish and Burns music, and very much an open mic for those that are prepared to have a go and perform. It's a new concept for 2025, but I'm sure it'll be successful. Little amphitheatre itself. The Mauchline Accordion and Fiddle Club are going to be down here, and you know, just put a little small stage in there and let the guys perform, and you know, I think it'll be absolutely ideal. star of the show, Mauchline Loudon Street Car Park. We have this area barriered off, and for security reasons and all sorts of things. There'll be counter-terrorism barriers going across here. Sounds awful to use that phrasing, but that's exactly what it is. But it's a necessary evil in outdoor events these days. Again, this side, both sides, absolutely packed out with market stalls. And again, you know, replicating exactly what happened in the other area. Absolutely packed out. All sorts of crafts, food. Food. On the left hand side here, we have a small little kiddies fun fair. There's like a couple of rides out here, teacups and cups and saucers and so on and so forth. But you know, very, very, very popular. This house here, this couple moved in about 3 years ago, and I don't think they realised what they were moving into. But they take a fantastic interest and a fantastic help in the Holy Fair. They decorate this gate. And it looks absolutely wonderful, and it really adds to the day. So continuing down, we then turn in, we do a bit of a dog leg here in the car park, and we come into the area which is mainly what we call the main food area, you know. Chip vans, burger vans, some oriental stalls, all kinds of food in here, and it's a very, very busy area. But right at the end, where that black and white cars are parked, that's where the main stage is, and which is really the centre of the event on the day. The razzmatazz and the fun kicks off here at 11 o'clock. You know, we have a small little bit of music, and then about 20 past 11 the parade will arrive, pipe band in the parade and all the entourage, and we'll have a little bit of an opening ceremony by our Provost, Claire Leach. That will be followed by the parade will arrive, pipe band in the parade and all the entourage, and we'll have a little bit of an opening ceremony by our Provost, Claire Leach. That will be followed by an hour-long display of kiddies dancing by several of the local dance groups. Very, very popular. Everybody likes to see their kids perform, and it gives them an opportunity to show what they've been learning over the past year. And as I said, it's very, very popular. Very popular part of the Mauchline Holy Fair is down this little passageway which connects the main car park to the Church Hall car park. As you can see, it's very narrow, but you know, it is absolutely packed out with people during the course of the day. And it leads us into probably the third and final area of market stalls, which run by the site of the church of the chalk burn, and which is really the centre of the event on the day. The razzmatazz and the fun kicks off here at 11 o'clock. You know, we have a small little bit of music, and then about 20 past 11 the parade will arrive. In the summertime, these trees, the canopy is great, and it's really sheltered, and it's a really cool area. And that passageway in front of you, that leads back into the Church Hall car park. So, you know, there is a circular walk, and that's what people tend to do, is they just walk round it 3 or 4 times and you know, stop where they fancy, cups of tea where they fancy, grab a burger or whatever. So it all happens. And then I'm looking at this particular area here on the left hand side. This is a very important area. This is called the bleaching green, this piece of grass on the left hand side. Sadly, it's you know, in need of some repair at the moment. There was some storm damage there, put the fence down, as you can see, but I think it's in the process of being repaired. This is exactly where Robert Burns met Jean Armour, and you know, so the history goes. at this particular point. The bleaching green, obviously, bleaching green, that's where the ladies done their washing in those days and lay it out here in the grass to dry. So it's a very, very important area in Mauchline, and it's something that we're keen to develop.